Hello everyone, Sir Monkey Suit Azavi here, back again with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. We are on episode 4, and in the last episode we were in the town of Lior with obviously the Elric brothers, because that's who we're following. And yeah, there was this whole thing with a sort of religion that was being built around, you know, this essentially this fake Philosopher's Stone, which is what Elric calls it. Crimson Little Ball that we've already seen previously in episode 1, so it's interesting how those two have come up within you know, a few episodes, and the only person I can really tie to it is Kimblee, who's in that you know, prison cell. So I'm sure it will all come back to him, and he'll have the information on what those things are. They do have the properties of a Philosopher's Stone, but it feels like there is a limit almost to how much it can be used, because that's, you know, that the one that Father Cornello had on his finger basically rebounded on him, you know, so it feels like there is some sort of limit to these fake Philosopher's Stones, and I feel like because they can still, you know, make things out of nothing and not actually have it be equivalent exchange, the fact that they have the properties of a Philosopher's Stone, at least to a degree, makes me think that the only way that they could be made is via an actual Philosopher's Stone. You know, so I'm going to assume that there is actually a Philosopher's Stone out there, and whoever has it, well, I don't know, maybe Kimblee has it, you know, but it's interesting, like, maybe it's a case of, like, he wants to be locked up, you know, because I feel like, I don't know, could Kimblee not get out of that? I mean, I feel like, you know, somebody who is an alchemist might not have trouble breaking out of a place if they had that, you know, if they had the intent to just want to break out. So maybe he just wants to stay in there, you know, for some other reason than, I don't know. Maybe if he actually has the Philosopher's Stone, he doesn't want anyone else to have it. It's better off to keep it with him if, you know, it's still locked up. But, yeah, I don't know. Interesting that he's the only one I can relate it back to, though, because he immediately cropped up in episode 1 after MacDougal died, and after it disappeared, it was like, Kimblee was like, oh, what a shame. So, yeah, who knows. But yeah, other than that, yeah, there was this whole, obviously, religion thing that was made up, you know, after Father Cornello just basically wanted, essentially, power and to build an army and stuff, and, you know, and used religion as a way to do that. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting episode of that religion versus science debate that is obviously a real world thing, you know, and bringing that into this show, like, works really well. But yeah, so other than that, I mean, Father Cornello is dead and he's been eaten by gluttony, so there is that. And yeah, I mean, it seems that the quest for the Philosopher's Stone still continues. I mean, the fact is just like, of course, that was just never going to happen, you know. I mean, I even said last episode that I'm surprised that they even came across a Philosopher's Stone this early. Wasn't even one. It was a fake one. So, you know, I would have been surprised if that was actually a true Philosopher's Stone and we got there within like 3 episodes. But yeah, that isn't the case. So we'll see what we get in episode 4. If we're going to stick around the town of Lior or not, and see what the Elric brothers get up to now, because I feel like they only came to this town because they heard of this guy's exploits, right? And they just found out that it's just a fake Philosopher's Stone. So there wouldn't be a reason to stay here, right? But we know that that woman and gluttony are in this town. So yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, nothing else really to watch. So we're going to just get in episode 4. Again, reaction will be here on YouTube, but if for any reason it gets taken down for copyright, I'll re-upload the video, and the link to the reaction will be in the description below. There's also the link to the full length if you want to watch any of my reactions on this reaction in full, and not just the 10-minute cut version. Then the offer is there for you. But yeah, nothing else to talk about. So we're going to get in episode 4, see what we get. So without further ado, let's go. An alchemist's anguish. That's a hell of a tash.
Gron, the Iron Blood alchemist, correct? Foolish alchemists who have turned their backs on the ways of God shall all be punished.
Oh.
Well, this time, you picked the wrong target!
Oh. Christ. What the fuck? Dude.
Try this!
Chains. Wow.
Wasn't so difficult.
Why do I feel like he's not trapped?
Now you perish.
God.
Lieutenant Colonel Hughes, you're the officer in charge of this case?
Yes, sir.
The man doing this is a traitor. I want him stopped.
Another traitor.
The receiver on this thing's seen better days. I think I'm gonna have to replace it. Hey, it's Edward and Alphonse.
Well done on the Lior case, you two. Nice work. I appreciate you resolving the matter.
No big deal. It's not like we did it for you.
Right. The Philosopher's Stone. Another false lead?
Yeah, after all that, the stone was a fake. Even so, the power it gave Cornello was real enough. He transmuted this huge chimera right in front of us.
I'm not familiar enough with the field of bioalchemy to really understand it.
Who knows? Maybe
Bioalchemy?
we'll find something that could help us restore our bodies.
It might help if you consulted a specialist, Shao Tucker. He's done some heavy research into chimera transmutation. 2 years ago, Tucker transmuted a chimera that could understand human speech. That earned him his certification as a state alchemist.
Wait, you mean it talks? A chimera?
It only said one thing. I want to die. After that, it refused to eat until it got its wish.
I think it's the amalgamation of just other creatures. Whoa!
You okay, Ed?
Little puppy!
There are people out here. Look!
Nina, this is why I told you to keep the dog tied up. I'm sorry about the mess. Ever since my wife ran out, this place has been a wreck.
He would like to have a look at your research, if that's possible.
Oh, yes, certainly. I don't mind. If you want me to show you the tricks I've got up my sleeve, it's only fair you show me the tricks you've got up yours as well. It's the code we live by, equivalent exchange. Now, why are you interested in buying?
I'll give you my knowledge if you give me some of yours.
You transmuted your mother? As an 11-year-old child? You've had a rough time of it for someone so young.
Christ.
It's kind of embarrassing. I'm fairly widely regarded as an authority on chimeras, but the truth is, it hasn't actually been going that well lately. They've got some ability to focus. I'm not sure they even know we're here anymore. Quite a catch, these two. A couple of prodigies.
He has like this undertone of like an evil guy. I don't think he is, but you know, like he does those little things. Playing around with Alphonse. Bloody hell.
What are you doing? You're supposed to be reading!
Alexander says that he wants to play too.
You've bested me twice, dog. But playtime is over. I will not lose this time! I, Edward Elric, will use my considerable powers to vanquish you! You mangy bug!
Look at the way it's sort of back.
Oh, Mr. Tucker, I almost forgot. I've got a message for you. It's from the Colonel. He says, don't forget, assessment day is coming soon.
Yes.
What does assessment day mean?
State alchemists have to report on their research once a year in order to keep their certification. Unless I do something really impressive this year, I won't be a state alchemist anymore.
Huh? No, you'll do just fine, Daddy.
Your mother left 2 years ago?
Daddy said she went back to live at her parents' house.
It must get kind of lonely with just you and your dad living in this big house, huh?
Not really. Daddy's so nice, and plus I've got Alexander to play with too. But lately,
He's got a
Daddy's
weird
been
muzzle,
sitting in
like-
a slab all the time. I guess that
Muzzle,
does
snout.
make me a little bit lonely.
Hey, you mangy mutt! Looks like you could use some exercise.
Stop work and make her feel better. Oh man.
Don't forget, assessment day is coming soon.
What I want to know is why this guy is only targeting state alchemists and no one else. Surely soldiers would be easier to kill than highly skilled alchemists, especially ones that have been state certified.
Maybe the certification is the reason. Feel they have not upheld their creed.
Can't
Alchemists
be
be
him,
out
though,
for the
right?
people. Alchemists who are supposed to be pillars of science and truth are turned into the military's walking weapons as soon as they receive certification.
Before I earned my state alchemist certification, our life was terrible. We were so poor in those days. My wife couldn't stand living that kind of life, so she left us. I can't afford to fail this assessment.
Don't worry, Daddy, it's okay.
So you could be-
If those people do tell you no, me and Alexander will growl at them until they say yes.
Hey, Nina.
Could be doing horrible
I've got
things
an idea.
to
Do you want to play with Daddy tomorrow?
keep them from going like broke again.
Daddy says he's going to play with us tomorrow.
Mr. Tucker!
Hey, Nina!
Mr. Tucker!
There you are. So you are home.
Yes. I did it, boys. I finally did it.
You did not.
Understands human speech. That person over there, that's Edward.
That person, Edward.
This guy's nuts. This guy's fucking
Worry
nuts.
about losing my certification.
Edward. That person, Edward.
Oh, fucks.
Big brother Ed.
Oh, that is horrible, man.
When did you first get your state certification?
Let's see. It was 2 years ago.
When did your wife leave you?
That was 2 years ago, too.
Nina and Alexander.
That was the one that wanted to die.
Where are they?
Damn brat, figuring it out so quickly.
2 years ago, it was your wife. This time, you used your own daughter and her dog to transmute a talking chimera. It's much easier when you start with a human, isn't that right?
This is how we progress.
Kill this
Human
guy.
Experimentation is a necessary step.
Messing around with someone's life like that. Your own daughter!
You'd know all about that, wouldn't you?
They were kids.
We are the same.
I want this guy to suffer.
Not me!
Go on, fuck him up. Fuck him up.
Do that!
If you keep this up, he'll die!
Cunt.
Edward, no. Daddy, do you hurt Daddy?
Fucking hell, man. Oh.
I'm sorry. We can't do anything to change you back. I'm sorry.
Damn it!
Can we play now?
I get to remain a state alchemist.
Oh, fuck off, prick.
Like hell, you're staying a state alchemist. Like hell.
So dark, man.
Never there was an example of the devil's work in this world.
The state alchemist must be willing to act, able to take another's life when ordered to without questioning. In some ways, Mr. Tucker's actions and our own may not be all that far apart.
Yeah, but you can't just...
That's the way it is.
I refuse to even believe that as a...
We will more than likely come across
statement.
cases like this again in the future. Gonna shut down like this every time?
We may be called dogs of the military. It doesn't matter. Al and I are still going to get our bodies back. We know we're not devils. We know we're not gods. We're only human! Can't even do anything to save one innocent little girl. So what good are we then?
I wonder why no one's capable of understanding me. Nina.
Oh, shit.
You're Shao Tucker.
Who are you? How did you get in here? There were military police out front.
Foolish alchemists who turn their backs on the ways of God.
Justice.
Daddy's hurting. Daddy hurts.
You poor creature. Once you've been given this form, there is no way of separating you again. At least, your passing will be in peace. God, hear me. 2 human souls have just been returned to you. Please grant these poor lost souls everlasting peace and salvation.
That's the Reiner guy that I talked about. I hope it was fucking worth it, show. Well done, prick. Ah. Okay, episode 4. Frustrating. Very frustrating. I don't know how I don't know how Mustang can come out and say that. Like there wasn't anything that you can take from like that and being like, yeah, our sort of like our motives aren't too dissimilar from that. Like you're using a little fucking girl. Like that's murder right there. essentially. Like, you can't just... You can't say that is not too far, like, you know, not too different from the way that, you know, they think about it to that. That is just fucking... That's mental. And the whole thing that they were trying to fucking compare, like, that it was anything similar to what the Elrics were trying to do, that's not true either, because they were trying to bring somebody back to life, right? That ended up, it ended up essentially, you know, changing, you know, Edward and Alphonse physically, but it never, like, no. It's the difference between fucking trying to bring someone back to life. The end result was meant to be different. They weren't doing it to literally just try and transform things for the sake of, oh, I want to remaining a state alchemist. You know what I mean? Under the pretense that you're trying to fucking, like, you know, that you're trying to do best for your own daughter, that you literally transform her to become what? Like, it's essentially akin to murder. Like, you can't even look at that, you know, that chimera between Nina and Alexander and think that is like that is truly them, other than, like, there are memories that clearly remain there. But fucking hell, dude, like, how is it? Oh, it's frustrating. I don't know how Mustang can even say that is anywhere near similar. Like, because he just says that, like, you know, they have to be able to, you know, to take lives and everything like that. But they're the military. The end goal is supposed to be, you know, for, I assume what the military is supposed to be there for is peace. You know what I mean? Like, to keep things in check, like, to give justice on behalf of the law and everything like that. You know, not. I mean, what? So, how can you? No, man. I don't like. It's one of the things I hate about, like, oh, God. When they try and, like, I hate it when they try and justify something that is unjustifiable. You can't justify that. I don't care how fucking... It's bollocks. It's bullshit, man, dude. That's the fucking worst thing he could have fucking done. And he did it. The guy's fucking crazy. He cares more about keeping his fucking state alchemist bloody, you know, medal than he does about his own fucking kid. And the annoying thing as well is that the kid didn't even know any better. She was crying because, like... her dad just fucking died. And it should, you know, and... I can't be wrong here, right? Like, I can't be wrong in the way that I'm feeling. Because the problem is that when I react to something, right, and I get, like, really, like, emotionally, like, vexed about something, like I have done in the past, there will be people that come up in the comments and say, and give the reasons why I'm wrong, or like I should understand this or understand that. But come on, dude, I can't. There's no way that can be justified in any form or fashion whatsoever, regardless of the way it ended. Even if there was a way to even reverse what had been done there, I was thinking that there might be a case where Nina and Alexander were going to be, like, still around by, I don't know, maybe the end of the show. If Edward and Alphonse managed to get a Philosopher's Stone, they may be able to undo the process, and then, you know, it's like they reverted back. But no, it's like the guy put basically them out of a misery. And it's just like, I mean, but even if they were able to reverse it immediately after, that's unforgivable, that shit. I thought it was unforgivable making chimeras anyway, because I didn't realize the extent of the one chimera that he made talk was actually his fucking wife. and that's how it was able to talk. So I was thinking, like, you know, I mean, even I wrote down, like, at one point that, like, he still creates chimeras even after that one, and I was just thinking, even that has got to be still, like, because I was thinking of it in terms of, like, oh, these chimera ants can talk somehow, thinking that it was you know, like, not, I didn't think it would have a fucking, you know, a human in it, but, like, Jesus, dude. I can't believe he got away with, like, in a way, like, the military couldn't do anything. Like, they didn't arrest him or anything like that. It's like he might as well have been in witness protection. he was basically getting protected by fucking other military. For what? Like, he doesn't deserve shit. I'm happy that guy killed him, but, like, then it's just that thing of, like, well, great, like, essentially because you're a fucking selfish prick, your daughter's dead as well. So well done. Nice one. Congratulations. Oh, God. I just hate. I hate. Don't don't get this wrong as well. I'm not, like, hating on the show. I mean, I probably will a bit. It's just that one bit of writing. I don't want to be justified for something that is unjustifiable. You know? So whatever Mustang's saying or anything. I mean, the only thing I could probably take away from that is that maybe Mustang was saying it to Edward and Alphonse to try and perk them up a bit. You know, like, maybe, like, keep them sort of from not falling into despair kind of thing. So maybe that was what it was, you know? I still don't like to hear it, though. Even if that's what his intentions were. I mean, people who watch my, you know, reactions before know that I hate anything that involves anything bad happening to children, you know, in shows like this. So it just really gets to me, man. Like, I was right. I was fucking right when he was doing this shit with, like, you know, perking with his fucking glasses and stuff. Fucking, oh God. Yeah, so I mean, Jesus, I don't even want to talk about anything more. You know, like, like, even Edward and Alphonse were just like, yeah, fuck this, enough research at one point, like, you know, taking the girl out of play and everything, because there was that similar thing that they had with their father. Their father was just done, you know, like, he was just constantly working and everything like that. And I think in the opening we actually see him. I guess he's the one that has the similar hairstyle to Edward, but he has the glasses on, I think. You know, so if he does turn up at some point, you know, we should be able to pick him out of a crowd. What else? Yeah, I mean, State Alchemist, yeah, so they do have an assessment day, so that goes for everyone, I guess. They have to, depending on what it is that they're doing, they have to prove just, like, you know, some merit that they're still able and certified to do what they do, kind of thing. I just see what Sho Tucker did is just evil. Like, I mean, how you can even do that to your own daughter is, it's beyond me. That is, God, man. I don't even. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. So yeah, I mean, there's different sort of forms of the alchemy. I mean, I guess, you know, in terms of different alchemists, they all have their unique little thing. Like, you know, we had the iron. What was it, like, the iron blood alchemist or something like that? The one guy that died who had the mad tash. You know, but this one's sort of fixed around sort of bio alchemy, which is interesting. And I wonder how, you know, I wonder how different like that. So I wonder if that actually revolves around the sciences about like, you know, biology, chemistry, physics. If there's like different things that they like different, like if they fall into a different, like in a certain category, that, you know, like they would be considered like a physics alchemist or something like that, you know, or a chemical alchemist. But yeah, bioalchemy, that comes around with falls under the chimeras fall under the category of that. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's that thing as well, like in a way similar to in the real world, how, you know, humans are the predominant species on this planet, and we don't look at humans and animals the same way. So yeah, when I was talking about like chimeras, about like loads of animals being put together, that it, you know, looking at it as almost as if like, you know, I'm pretty sure the animals don't fucking like that either, you know what I mean? Like, it's just interesting, the different sort of, I guess, the different ways that the wife just wanted to die, but she wanted out of there anyway. And when realizing that, like, you know, like she had become what she become almost in a way, it was just like, there's nothing left, you know, like, fuck now. And then, you know, the girl seemingly, I don't know, I don't know if there's if it's a case of like when they're a chimera they even know what they are, or is it just like their last thoughts before they were turned, and that's how they see it. Like, they don't see it as they have become a chimera. And I keep saying ant. It's like every time I want to say chimera now, I want to say ant afterwards because of Hunter x Hunter, for fuck's sake. Every time they come, like, I don't know if once they become a chimera, they're even aware that they are what they are, or if like their two minds have collided, like, and now it's like Alexander's sort of and Nina are like, you know, like you get like from both. Fuck's sake. Why? Yeah, I mean, I guess the whole light and dark thing reigns true now. I mean, even last episode wasn't really as dark as this. It's clearly the darkest fucking thing I've seen so far. Episode 4. Damn, dude. But it's effective. The fact that the show is like, you know, they do both. Like, they have that light side, that lightheartedness side that is very lighthearted. You know, even in the animation style and everything that they do is like is so lighthearted that, and the dark, like it just basically makes the dark moments like even darker in a way. It's because like I guess it's like in a way it's sort of, it's easy to sort of, you know, trick your mind into thinking that, yeah, it can't be anything that bad, surely. And then that happens, and it's just like, fuck. Damn, dude. It's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Yeah, I mean, other than that, there's I mean, I guess we'll talk about lastly the one dude who was you know, like the murderer guy, who is alchemists that turn their back on God. So it's such an interesting episode to have after the previous one, you know, because I was talking about how, you know, like this, like science and religion and all of that was like, they're like two opposites in a way, but this guy sees it as both. I was even talking about that last episode as well. Like, I was talking about how like some people like believe in science, but they also believe that there's still a God, and like, you know, there's still like, you know, people who believe in God. There are people who still believe in evolution as well. So there's that like thing of this guy's like a sort of an in-betweener, where he believes in both, but he believes it to a certain degree. Anyone that is dealing with life and you know, like anything with, I guess, with the soul and changing that up and affecting that is like they're the ones that he goes out and punishes. So that Iron Blood guy must have done something at some point that would, you know, relate to that. So I wonder to what degree would that murderer guy, like, what can somebody get away with in his eyes? I wonder. Like, is it because the Iron Blood guy, like, uses his self when he, like, you know, he, like, basically, essentially his forearms become these, like, sort of just iron gauntlets. I wonder if it's because he affects himself as well. That it's like, you know, like, you're messing with the body that God gave you kind of thing. And that's why he went after him. I don't know. Because I have to assume that he's going to end up coming after Edward as well, right? I mean, he must do. It'll be like a similar thing, like, as in going after Edward, and you'll probably look at Alphonse as, like, you know, like, feel sorry for him but put him out of his misery kind of thing. I don't know. It's just, yeah. Crazy stuff. But anyway, that's basically what I've got. So, yeah, that's me. Fucked for the day. Like, just emotionally drained of just how fucking angry I got at that guy. But yeah, I mean, fuck it, happens. Got to deal with it now anyway. So yeah. Anyway, that is all I've got. But if you do want to get access to episode 5 and 6 right now, you can do by going over to my Patreon and becoming an early access tier patron. That'll give you access a week early to 2 episodes. There's also the full-length tier if you want to watch any of these reactions in full and not just the cut 10-minute version. And there's the exclusive tier where you can watch my reactions to movies and things like that. A lot of movies are going to be starting coming out soon, so, you know, keep an eye out for that. And there's also a link to the Discord in the description below as well, so if you want to get over there, you can do. But that is all I've got, so thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.